Hello Corona Cafe, spring is here and amazingly it's actually warm enough to be doing yoga outside today. So whether or not that's the case for you, welcome. I have a few props I'm going to be using today, but we have some other ways we can work around it if you don't. So you'll need a strap or something else long, like a tie, a scarf, something long and sturdy that you can wrap around, 1 foot and then reach down with your hands. This is not essential, but either a yoga bolster or a big pillow or a stack of blankets will be a nice addition. And again, not strictly essential, but blocks or 2 sturdy and equal size books could also be a nice addition. So we're going to start out using our bolster or pillow or stack of blankets and potentially these blocks as well. And begin in a very relaxed and restorative pose. So I'm putting this bolster right behind me and I'm scooting up against it. Again, it can be a pillow, it can be a stack of blankets, and you can also go without it and just lie on the ground. Having this is going to help me open the heart a little more. It feels really nice. It's not strictly essential. Ditto for the blocks. Not absolutely necessary, but really nice. What I'm doing with these blocks is I'm just putting them here. You could put it like this or you can angle it. One just to the outside of each knee so that my feet can come together and my legs can fall open with a little support. Now, for some of you, it might feel fine to just do this. But over time, as we're in this pose, you might feel a little more stretching in your inner thighs or even pulling in the low back than is ideal. So just have that awareness. If you don't have the blocks, then, you also always have the option of planting the feet, putting the knees together if that's more comfortable. So once you're situated with your props, go ahead and lie back either onto the ground or your bolster or your pillow. Maybe you have blocks or books supporting the knees. Maybe you don't need the support. Maybe you choose to just keep the knees together. When you find your way into this reclined pose, allow the eyes to fall shut if that's comfortable for you. And begin to notice the flow of your breath in and out. On your exhale, you might focus on allowing the body to settle into the support of the ground or whatever props you're using. Maybe you let the face soften with your next exhale. Maybe the fingers curl and release. Maybe there's somewhere where you're still holding on, the shoulders, the neck. Maybe you can let that go with your exhale. And then we'll take one hand to the chest and one to the belly and continue for a moment with your natural breath, noticing which hand or whether both hands are pressed up and down with the rise and fall of your breath. Noticing if your breath is moving through your chest, your belly, both. And then we'll see if we can deepen that breath in the belly. So with your next inhalation, for a 4 count, see if you can expand the belly as you inhale to 4. And then exhale to a 6 count, letting the belly fall as you count to 6. Once again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moving with your own inner count, and feel free to adjust the numbers. Let the belly rise for about 4 and fall for about 6. By bringing the air into our lower lungs, we can help the gas exchange that needs to happen to provide our body with oxygen. Continue breathing. letting the belly rise and fall, filling all the way and then softening. If at any point it's more comfortable to have your hands at your sides, that's just fine. Stay comfortable as you breathe. One more full breath. And then continue breathing in any way that feels comfortable to you. So you might continue with that rhythm. You might fall into a more natural rhythm. And as you do so, I invite you to notice a place in your body where there's a lot of sensation. It might be something you think of as positive sensation. It might be negative. It might be neutral. But just notice a place in your body that has a lot of sensation and give your attention for a couple of breaths to that sensation, whatever it might be. Noticing we're giving our awareness, our attention, not a big stream of thoughts. Just hold this sensation in your awareness, feeling it fully. And then I invite you to shift your awareness. Find a place in your body where you're not noticing any sensation. Maybe it's the shins. Maybe it's a particular part of your head. Maybe it's a particular part of the legs, the belly. Bring your awareness to a part of you that doesn't have any obvious sensation. Breathing and staying aware of this area for a moment. One more time, let's shift back to a body part that has a lot of sensation right now. For me, it's my hands because the grass is really tickling them. You might choose the same body part as before or a different place. Simply breathe and give your awareness to whatever sensation this part of you is experiencing. And then we'll shift one more time to an area with little or no sensation. Shifting the awareness, continuing to breathe, holding this comparatively sensationless space in your awareness. You might notice that where you place your attention has a big impact on what you feel. Or you might notice something else altogether. What are you noticing? Take one more full deep breath here, and then give the body a little scan. Letting the back settle fully into the earth, seeing if there's any last muscle that you can release. Seeing if there's any part of the belly that your breath hasn't yet reached that you'd like it to go. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll onto one side and just move any props you may have out of the way. So we don't need to fully sit up. I'm just kind of sitting up to move my props. But we're going to come back down onto the back. So if you have less moving to do, don't worry about sitting up. Have your strap or other long strap-like object handy. We'll be using it soon. So we will come down onto the back. The knees can be together now, the feet apart, about hips distance. And let's just breathe the arms overhead. Slide any props as needed. Let the left hand reach really high and long, feeling the left ribs open. And then let the right hand reach as far as it can go, feeling the right side of the body open. One more time. Inhale, the left side reaches. Maybe the hips shift to the right a little bit. And then the right side reaches. Maybe the hips swing the opposite way. One more inhale here. Exhale, the hands back down by your side. We'll curl the legs in, the knees in, wrap the arms around the knees. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe rocking side to side. Maybe you move the knees in circles to massage the low back, the kidneys, the adrenals. For making these circles, let's take them in both directions. And then we'll drop the arms out to the sides and find a little twist. Simply let the knees fall to the right. Take the gaze to the left. Notice where there's sensation in your body right now. Take one more inhale. Exhale back to center. Can you find a place now in your body where sensation has gone quiet? Give that your awareness. Breathe in here. Exhale, we'll let the knees drop to the left. The gaze comes to the right. Again, give your awareness to whatever sensation is coming up in your body right now. Maybe the breath can still reach down into the belly, even when we're twisted. Maybe it doesn't. Notice the sensations either way. One more big inhale, and then we'll exhale back to center. Once again, finding a place in the body that feels quiet, where there's not a lot of input, not a lot of data coming at you. Give it your awareness. And bring the arms alongside your body now. Inhale, stretch the legs up, pressing the heels up toward the sky for a stretch through the back of the legs. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, legs stretch up. Maybe the arms come out like wings. Exhale, hug in. Continue with your breath. Noticing what sensations come with this movement. Notice the change of sensations as you flow. One more time. This time holding with the heels pressing up toward the sky. Maybe you want to slide the feet forward and backward just a little bit, like you're cross-country skiing. What sensations does this create? We'll bend the knees, drop them down, and we're going to grab our little strap here. So I'm going to put the halfway point just around the middle of my right foot. And you want your strap or whatever you have to be long enough that the backs of your arms can rest on the ground here. So we're not having to do this number and work really hard. So hopefully you can rest the arms down, holding onto each side of the strap. And then let the left leg extend out on the ground. And you'll probably feel a stretch along the back of that right leg. If it's too much of a stretch, bend your knee more. If you want more stretch, then you straighten the leg and even think about gently pulling in with that strap to bring it closer to the stretch. Now, a good rule of thumb is we want a little sensation, a little bit of a stretch. We don't want a lot. So if you find yourself holding your breath, if you find that your back is starting to feel tweaky, you've probably gone into too stretchy of a place. So stay tuned in to the sensations that your body is offering you here. If you have any kind of hypermobility issues, we want to keep this really gentle and small. Don't go to the edge. If that's not an issue for you and you're wanting to open more, you can kind of distract the muscle. You can move the foot side to side, just a couple inches each way. And that little bit of motion calms the leg muscles down and says, oh, it's okay. We're just playing, we're just moving around a little. Nothing terrible is happening. And then when we hold still, maybe we can gently pull on that strap to deepen the stretch a little more. Notice the sensations. Find the rise and fall of breath in your belly. You can back out at any point if this feels like too much. Remember that everything I say in every yoga class is just a suggestion. So if this feels great and you want to stay here longer, do. If you'd like to open the inner thighs a little, we can hold the strap in just the right hand and let the right leg fall open to the right just a little, still keeping that foot flexed. And noticing we want the low belly to be engaged here. So we're not just flopping the leg over. The low belly is pulling in, so we still have some stability. Inhale the leg back up. Maybe you want to exhale it over across the body, finding a stretch along the outside of the leg. Now, if you root this right hip down, you probably won't have to take the foot very far to find your stretch. Breathe to whatever you find. Noticing the sensation. Again, you have the option to stay here, or if you'd like, you can take this leg all the way across the body, rolling onto the left hip, and then all the way onto the belly. Press the forearms into the ground. So it might be a little hard to see. I've just let go of the strap. My right foot is out to the side. My forearms are elbows distance apart, and I'm basically on my belly with a little more weight kind of on the left than the right of my body. Breathe the heart forward if you're here, allowing the shoulders to melt onto the back. Where do you feel sensation right now? Where do you feel the breath in your body right now? Take one more full breath here into the belly and back out again. And then we're going to roll back onto the back. Bring your strap with you to do the same thing on the other side. Before we do, let's just take a full body stretch. Arms overhead, legs long. Wiggle the hips a bit. Reach with one hand and then the other. Just feel the full length of your body. And then we'll grab that strap. Mine is now covered in leaves. Put it around the left foot so it's right in the middle of that foot. Extend the right leg out so the right leg is supported by the ground. And you can draw in on that strap or as much or as little as you like. You can bend the knee as much or as little as you like. And if you find that the leg feels a little stuck, you can play with distracting that muscle. Moving the left foot slightly to the left, slightly to the right. Just rocking the leg back and forth, side to side. Allow the leg to be still. Take a big inhale, and on the exhale, maybe you can draw that leg a little closer to the chest, pulling in on the strap. Breathe into the sensation. Maybe you want to briefly step away from the sensation, as long as we're not doing anything tweaky, right? We're not going to push into a big feeling and then ignore it. But if this stretch is feeling nice and gentle, Maybe you again want to take that little scan of the body and say, where am I not feeling anything right now? Bring your awareness back to that left leg. Maybe it moves a little closer to the chest on an exhale. Maybe it's as far as it wants to go, and we'll honor that. If you'd like that inner thigh stretch, let the strap come to the left hand. The low belly stays engaged, so that the low back is kind of pressing into the ground. The hips are pressing into the ground as the left leg falls out to the side. Breathe. You can feel perhaps that left leg wants to pull the body up, but we're pressing down with the belly and the hip to keep that from happening. Inhale the leg back up to center. Maybe you start taking it across the body. Maybe the outside of that left leg talks to you a bit. We're looking for sensation, but we're also honoring that our body probably doesn't need a lot of intensity right now. So if it's feeling intense, just back it out a little bit. Maybe bend the knee a little. Can you still feel your breath flowing in and out of your belly? Maybe you can hear the sound of your breath like a wave. If you'd like to, you can let this leg come all the way across as you roll onto your side. Let go of the strap. Turn to come onto the belly. So I kind of lift up with those back toes. Come onto the forearms. Let the heart reach forward. Let the shoulders fall onto the back. Think about the belly button gently lifting away from the earth as the core muscles engage. It's not necessarily going to literally lift off the earth. It's just sort of an energetic movement, a lifting. What parts of your body rise and fall with the breath in this pose? What parts of your body are experiencing sensation right now? Is there a particular sensation that you'd like to give your awareness to? We'll take one more complete breath here, in and out through the nose. Feeling the body rise and fall. And then we'll come back onto the back and end our short and gentle yoga practice. So when you get here, if there's some wiggle your body wants still, it could be literally a wiggle. It could be a hugging in of the knees. It could be another full body stretch. It could be another twist. If there's something your body is asking for, go ahead and do that. If not, we can settle into Shavasana. Now, traditionally, Shavasana is just lying flat on our back. But if you loved what we were doing earlier with the bolsters or with the feet together and the knees apart, it's okay to go back there for your Shavasana. So again, if your body is asking for a particular way of resting, we can honor that. Wherever we are, maybe we can think about opening the heart just a little more. Maybe the shoulders can relax away from the ears. Maybe the hands and the feet can go soft and slack. Maybe the eyes close. Maybe you scan your body, looking for places where muscles are still holding on and trying to work. Maybe we let our legs soften. Maybe we invite the belly or the chest to let go. Maybe we feel the muscles of the face softening. And then notice once more where there's sensation in your body. And choose a sensation to hold in particular awareness. Choose a sensation to really be with for just a few breaths. And then notice again if there's a part of your body that isn't experiencing any sensation. And one more time, we'll give our awareness to that part of ourselves. Noticing how the shifting of awareness is also a shifting of experience. Finally, I invite you to bring awareness to the heart center. You might even want to place a hand on the heart. Imagine your awareness swirling around your heart, moving in circles all around it. I wonder if you can sense the aliveness, the life force of your heart. I wonder if you can feel warmth in that area. Simply notice what you feel, giving it your attention for a complete breath. You are welcome to stay here in this Shavasana for as long as you'd like. And you're welcome to wrap up. So this concludes our formal practice for today. But if you'd like to stay, then just enjoy this rest. And in either case, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.